G'day folks. Well, for today's little repair or possible autopsy job, I have a old-fashioned, well, not so much old-fashioned, just a heavy-duty drilling rig that I'm going to convert or use as a engine starter, like for the four-cylinder Volkswagen engines that are sitting out there. I don't have starter motors for them. I can't justify $300 for a junk engine. But this thing here, it's been sitting around the scrapyard a while, so I bought that today for like $2.50. I bought a laptop with it at the same time, so it's like $2.50 for each of them, which is good. It's only steel scrap. But the main thing I'm interested in is the gearbox, if the motor's no good. If not, if the motor can be made to work, that'll be even better. I could put a soft starter on it and actually let it start up on a slow ramp up, and then yeah, not break my arms. Because if I've got this attached to, well, I'm going to have a half-inch socket driver in the spindle, so just fit the socket onto the crankshaft nut and start cranking. And yeah, if it suddenly starts at full power, it's going to probably break my arms, but if it can run off a soft starter, that'd be great. Or even direct current. Being a universal motor, DC is always an option, and as you can see, they've ripped the switch out of it and the power lead, so I'm guessing there was something wrong with that. I'm going to pop the brushes and everything out, give it a good inspection and make sure the motor's ready to go. If the motor's ready to go, I'll use this one. If not, I'll pop the gearbox off and look at adapting a three-phase motor and using a three-phase soft starter. The chuck, well, I don't really need it to be a chuck. I could even just jam my spindle in there and just weld the whole thing up if the chuck's stuffed. But more than likely I'd say they blew the trigger switch up, and that's why they binned it. They probably couldn't find a replacement. It's a Canco 3376B, 1600 watts, 7 amps, capacity 10 to 23 millimeters. Nominal RPMs 1025 or 600 depending on what speed it's in, and it's got a mechanical revert or speed reduction, which I think you can pull that out somehow, 600 or 1025, and it's also got forward reverse, which I think is stuck, but again we can fix that. It's made, yeah, Kango Limited, England. Not bad. Double insulated, do not earth. Yeah, double insulated appliances do not require an earth and probably shouldn't be. And that's what that symbol means there, double insulated. So yeah, onward. Okay, well, definitely open circuit. I've tried putting power to it. Brushes and everything are in good contact and the commutator looks really nice, but I've got a feeling the reversing switch is open. It snaps over nicely, but I'm not getting full continuity across it. Looks like double pole, double throw, so I might replace it with a normal toggle style switch and see what happens. But yeah, everything else looks pretty healthy. There's a lot of carbon in there, but the armature itself doesn't look burnt. It's just got carbon and crap on it. Just, damn it, dropped it again in the process of cleaning it up. It's just cheapo contact cleaner. I'll have to get some CRC stuff if I want to do the audio equipment. But this stuff, yeah, I'll try and clean it out. But I would like to keep it reversible. That way you can crank an engine from either end, clockwise or counterclockwise. But I'm probably just going to have to put a non-spring return double pole, double throw switch in there. So yeah, shouldn't be too bad. It should work. Okay, well, just opening the switch up for cleaning revealed these little toggle plates. I guess they just rock on a centre pivot which is connected to each of the centre tap wires, or the, I think, the fields. They were actually bent so far down they weren't making contact, so I've straightened them back out again and should get a few more use out of it. But yeah, the pressure from these pins was actually bending them. So it should work now. I'll clean everything up, put it back together again, and with a bit of luck I'll actually get continuity through the switch, whereas before I couldn't. and it's nice that I can retain the original slide switch instead of having a big toggle sticking out the end of it. Okay, so we've got continuity across the switch and the power lead now, so let's see what happens. Oh, that's good. There's a bit of sparking across the brushes, but it's a pretty decent motor. So let's try that again. Well, that works. That's good. I had a feeling the motor would be alright. Since the switch was missing, I figured they just pillaged that or were trying to replace it, but as it turns out, the reversing switch was faulty. So, yeah, it should last a lot longer now that I've straightened those contacts out. If it happens again, I know how to fix it, and hopefully the rest of you know how to fix one. Yeah, don't be afraid to actually open the switch up and see if the contacts are bent or damaged. If they're burned out, fair enough, but if they're just bent, why not? Just try and straighten the damn things out. So yeah, let's put this back together again, and we'll work on attaching a soft starter to it, or at least see if a soft starter works with it. I've got a couple of Danfoss little DIN rail mounted soft starters, so I might as well carefully drill and tap and screw a housing to the top of it with a soft starter in it and a momentary switch, and we'll see what we can do from there. It definitely needs a trigger switch, definitely needs a soft starter. Not sure about putting a braking no, I don't want a braking resistor if I'm cranking engines, but yeah, I definitely want to be able to free up the gearbox reverse, which is just rusted, that's all. You pull that pin and that's your high speed, low speed. So very good. Bit of a beast of a drill, 1300 watts. Should be more than enough to crank a small 4-cylinder. Okay, so let's test it with a starting torque limiter. This is a Danfoss TCL, or TCI I think it is, 25 amp, 230 to 480 volt 3-phase starting torque limiter, but it still should work for this application since it just limits the current voltage ramp up. It's a semiconductor based device, so I might need to put a suppressor or capacitor or something across it just to absorb any spikes, but I'll give it a quick run anyway. That's better. That'll be manageable. Heaps better. That's on 5-second ramp up time with absolute minimum torque. So that's really good. I just got to make an enclosure to sit on top of it, and I've got myself a decent starting gun. I also freed up the chuck as well. It was just rusty, but that works nicely now. I don't have a key for it, but once I've got a half-inch square drive bar locked into it, it won't really matter. I'm not going to use this for anything else. It's just going to be a dedicated starting gun. So very cool. Anyway, I'll work on the housing a bit later. I've got to find or buy a plastic enclosure, but that's not too bad. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for a start test of the Volkswagen engine, I guess. Okay, well, I'm filming this bit just sort of post repair and post starting the Volkswagen engine with this, but I figured I'd put some closure to the end of this video, which I filmed a lot earlier. As you can tell, I'm just fixing the drill in the video, not starting the Volkswagen engine, which I uploaded before this. Yeah, it worked quite well. As you can see, I haven't put a soft starter on it. It's manageable as it is. I would like the soft starter for some jobs, but it's actually better to have instant power and torque. So yeah, it doesn't hurt anything. I mean, I can manage it cranking a 4-cylinder, so it can stay as it is for now. Otherwise I might have to run some 5-core cable to a box with the soft starter in it. But it's a fairly chunky item. I do have some plastic enclosures around that I do, but it's kind of not necessary, especially if you're cranking an engine. So yeah, it worked out quite well. Forward reverse still works. It's not complaining about the heavy cranking work that's done. Haven't blown the gearbox yet. A nice speed selection. I freed up everything, freed up the chuck, as you can see. The chuck closes properly. That's low speed. And that's high speed. So yeah, works very, very well. It's an English made tool, and it's going to last a few more years, I hope. Anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for lots more.